no, I'm not putting a Harry Potter hex on you, or imitating Yoda and offering the Force. I just like doing that. I also like saying these phrases. It's the bee's knees, yo. And I'm late for a very important date. And there are other fish in the sea. Bullseye. Why do I have to be so ADD? What am I talking about? Do you think I'm mad, crazy, bonkers, around the bend, loony, loopy? I am. Somebody has to be, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. Take my earlier animal references. Where in the world did they come from? Disney? Shakespeare? Tim Burton? Dr. Seuss? Who was it way back when who came up with those kinds of sayings and not only repeated them, but got others to say them so that they have now become a part of our national heritage? Chimerical thinkers, that's who. Visionaries, people who aren't afraid to open up that gate and just enter in. Unicorns and happy butterflies. Imagination. Have you ever imagined something extraordinary, maybe even fantastic or hard to believe? Did you do anything about it? What do you think would have happened if you had? Would you end up like Walt Disney, with a whole world created around your imagination? Think about it. Or should I say, dream about it. What if our imaginations didn't exist? We would all be boring people, that's what. And nobody likes a boring person. Here's a secret. All the best people are a little mad. Take, for instance, the men who invented bungee jumping. You would have to be pretty singular to think of a giant rubber band as entertainment. Or maybe you're a brilliant Harvard medical doctor who has the dreams of eliminating preventable and treatable blindness. Dr. Tabin's program is called the Himalayan Cataract Project. Who would have ever assumed he had avoided medical college to climb Mount Everest or to invent bungee jumping? Now, his contributions are a prime example of how great ideas come out of really bonkerous things. Now, I'm going to segue into the world of smaller inventions. Take, for instance, the invention of the Segway. Hold on, I'm not talking about the definition to move without any break into the next part of my speech. I'm talking about those motorized vehicles you see in the mall. You know, the ones security guards are riding on, going 3 miles an hour, chasing down fleeing shoplifters who are probably going 10 miles per hour. That's just not going to work. But they are still a cool invention. In fact, they now have Segway tours for people who can't walk long distances, or if you just happen to be lazy. Now that's an empowered pedestrian. What about phones? Ding-a-ling-a-ling. You know, phones were once connected by a wire to your house with a 4-foot moving distance. Who would have ever assumed that you could carry a phone around with you anywhere you go? In fact, who would have ever thought you could contact any person in the world, no matter how far away, through a little piece of plastic? Whatever happened to toucans and a string? And cameras. Now those are a funny little invention. Being able to capture any moment and shrink it into a tiny portal seems so odd to me. Odd too are computers and televisions. Little boxes you stare at for hours on end. Whether or not you learn anything, I don't know. But it seems to me that a lot of people rely on them for things like information, dating, Googling, entertainment, let's hope not stalking. Speaking of learning, Obviously the person who invented the Dum Dum lollipop didn't learn anything. I didn't go to culinary school, but I'm pretty sure you shouldn't call your product a Dum Dum. Well, seeing it is a cavity on a stick, and you would have to be pretty dumb to eat one, maybe the name was appropriate. Ironically though, the inventor is probably pretty rich because there are popcorn-flavored Dum Dums now. Exploring your imagination is like Christopher Columbus discovering America, or even Magellan exploring if the world spins round. Without those explorers, we wouldn't be where we are today. Our lives would be flat. Our curiosity and imagination go hand in hand. Creative contributions start with an idea, and then our curiosity leads us to put that idea into action. The little man in your head takes a walk over to the left side of your brain and releases a rainbow with a pot of gold at the end. That gold, I like to call imagination. All we have to do is open up that pot of gold. Thank you.